Yes, I've been speaking for a few minutes. Now actually it's time for some action. We're going to switch to a game now, and we're going to give you a live presentation of The Witcher 2. It's going to be a part of the game roughly in the middle of it. And what's important about it is that we have, well, it's one of the many presentations that I've done, but this one is really unique and specific because so far most of the presentations we've done were mainly about story, about world. I'm not saying that it's not going to be there, obviously. You can play a game without the world. But we've done a lot of things to stress how the most important features of the game look like the story and the world. And this one, because there are a lot of questions about combat, will be focused mainly around combat, with some exploration in mind as well. But yeah, without further ado, let's start some fighting. As I already mentioned, we're roughly in the middle of the game. This is the second chapter of it. And we're going to walk through a really huge open area in a moment. But obviously there will be some enemies, some opponents on our way. Before we start fighting with them, I just want to take a few moments to prepare for some combat. We're going to start with preparing our gear that we have. Negotiator is a really cool sword that we might want to be using because it's really effective against magical creatures and monsters, and it has the freezing chance, which is cool. It slows down the enemies, and also freezes them for a period of time. And also we have a quite good, I would say, steel sword that has few really nice characteristics. We also have a jacket that's better than the one we're wearing right now, so we might as well want to exchange them. As you can see, it has quite high resistance towards 3 different elements, I would say. And okay, that's it for the gear. Now let's try to think about some leveling up, because we already have few talents that we've gained on the previous parts of the game. Now it's time to show you how you distribute them, how you unlock skills, and what these skills give you. You can see the tree of a character development in The Witcher 2. On the right side, you can see a swordsman path or a tree, a set of skills. On the bottom, you can see the alchemical one, and on the left side, it's the magical tree. Obviously, there are a lot of skills that you can unlock. Some of them are really gameplay-oriented, as you can see. Like, for example, this skill here, it's a riposte. If you unlock it, and if you use it, it allows you to time your attacks in a manner that allows you to either deal a lot of damage to your opponent or kill him with one strike. One more important thing, some of the skills that you can see in here have additional slots, like dots in here. You can fill them by having mutagens. If you find mutagens and if you want to use them, they actually enhance the skill with way new possibilities. Like in here, it increases your level of vitality just by using this mutagen. Okay? Let's apply it. And we'll also want to unlock some new skills. What do you think about magic? Łukasz is playing the game. I'm just encouraging him. Yeah, that's a cool one because we probably will find this one really, really handy. It's the enhancement of one of the magical signs, spells, if you might. This one is called Irden, the magical sign. And if you enhance it, it's possible for you to put more than one sign on the ground. It's a magical trap, as I already mentioned. And if you put 2 or 3, they interconnect and create either a line or an area that stuns the opponent whenever he walks inside. All right. Are we buying anything else? Oh, yes. The Whirlwind is a really cool skill because it regenerates two of your characteristics at the same time. So it's, yeah. Okay, and it also increases the amount of adrenaline that is being generated with successful strikes of your sword. And obviously we also want to use some mixtures to make sure that we're prepared for the battle as well as possible. To start off, Swallow is a potion that regenerates your vitality. It's really effective, but in case it might not be enough, we will also use Toniol, which is a potion with a similar effect, but this one has a side effect. The Toniol, it decreases your damage by 40%. And there is also Virga, right? Vergov accelerates your vigor regeneration, which is used for using magical signs and using the spells. All right, let's drink them. There was also a toxicity bar at the bottom, if you noticed. You cannot exceed the maximum level of toxicity. If you don't, we kind of actually match to be just below the maximum level. So we're going to be, as they call, deadly effective, and deadly it will be. All right, first pack of enemies is just ahead of us. We're gonna fight with, if I recall correctly, 4 enemies. And not only, to start off with a shield, really nice defensive sign. We're gonna be using items like this one. And we're also gonna be using different tactics and shape of the terrain. You will see that by throwing an art sign to a guy who's standing on the edge of a cliff, we can kill him with one strike, pushing him off the cliff. There are 2 opponents in here. Oh, sorry, there are 2 of them, and we might gonna deal with this weaker one first, and then tend to the stronger guy with a huge sword, because this one requires some timing, some blocking. Try blocking, come on. Some blocking, there you go. And if you time it right, you can repost. You can see the icon that changes on a guy that allows you to repost at the right moment, and it deals a lot of damage with a chance of critical strike, killing the guy with 1 strike. Really nice. There's a really wide area opening up. It's one of these that we have in game. We have a lot of them. But there will be more opponents coming up, from what I know. And once again, we will use the shape of the terrain, this narrow passage here. Put the advanced or 2 instances of Earthen Trap, and they interconnect, as you can already see, because we have the skill. And a guy who's running into it will get stunned. Ooh, what a surprise. And then we can deal with them. There are more opponents in here, and a small monster as well. Poor baby. Okay, and yeah, dealing with the monster is probably the fastest one, because it's a small one, not really dangerous. But also, there is 1 weaker guy and 1 stronger guy once again, but stronger guy is with a shield, which means that there are going to be different tactics required against this one than for the previous one with a huge sword. Now, if you hit the guy in a shield, most of the times, not all of them, but most of the time, you just hit his shield and you cannot deal too much damage to him. As you can also see, he's got a lot of health, so you can try many tactics. Blocking his strikes will get him out of balance, that's one thing. Other thing is just throwing the stunning side at him, R1, and there's a chance, obviously, that he gets knocked down, and then you can finish him with a really spectacular finisher. Oh, and we found a sword.